Purple Rain podcast. We've got breaking news. We have some breaking news concerning the expansion process. I thought it was going to be the fourth team. Yeah, the fourth team. But I think that might be next week. Maybe Tuesday. I've been hearing. Obviously, who's been busy all week with the year vision shite? put that there. Put that there. Obviously, who's been busy with the year vision shite? You're not joining us for Game City tomorrow. So I'm not. You're not. No. You and Teresa are watching the final from Bieda. But I've been keeping an eye on any other tidbits, and they think it could be maybe next Tuesday. Right, we'll find out. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But we do have some breaking news concerning PWHL Detroit. So, of course, it only feels like just a week ago since Detroit got announced their team. And already they have now got their general manager. Oh, yeah. This literally has just been revealed today, so I'm literally reading this literally hot off the press. I've only just seen the headline, so this is breaking news. I'm about to read this for the first time. So exciting. So yeah, so things are moving fast. Things are moving fast. In fact, they need to move fast. Obviously, we are less than 2 weeks away from the start of the roster building process with phase 1. Yeah, so we haven't got that long to get protection lists going. Yeah, we'll be doing that I think maybe next week or or next week we're going to be doing protection lists. Anyway, so PWHL Detroit have named a general manager, and it is a women's hockey legend, Manon Raw. I've definitely mispronounced that. I'll spell it for you guys. Rheaume. So, the Professional Women's Hockey League today, May 15, announced the appointment of Manon Raw as general manager of PWHL Detroit, a trailblazer and one of the most influential figures in women's hockey history. Rheaume joins the team following 4 seasons with the Los Angeles Kings. Oh! So you should know her! You should know her! Oh! Oh! How many times does League have a point been made of people that we're familiar with other leagues, but of course never mind to put a face to before? Wow! So what's she like? Well, she's very high respected, yeah. And obviously played a huge part in our turnaround, because obviously we've made a pass every year she's been in the organisation. So, wow, okay. Well, I'm going to come back to that in a moment then. I'll come back to that in a moment. Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, so 4 seasons with the LA Kings in hockey operations and an impact for 11-year tenure with the Little Caesars AAA hockey club. So Manon is a pioneer whose impact on the game extends far beyond the ice, said J.A. Hefford, PHL Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations. She brings an unmatched hockey resume, a championship mindset, and a lifelong commitment to growing the women's game. Her experience at every level of hockey, combined with her leadership and vision, makes her the perfect person to lead PWHL Detroit into its inaugural season. As the long-standing LCAAA Girls Division Director, Rayon has leveraged her hockey experience to provide unparalleled mentorship, development, and leadership for Detroit's next generation of elite athletes. Rayon continues to be a powerful advocate for community engagement, growing the game and creating vital accessibility and opportunities for young girls in the sport. She made history as the first woman to sign a professional hockey contract and to play in an NHL game that redefined opportunities for generations of players to follow. Internationally, she represented Canada at the highest level, winning 2 gold medals at the IHF Women's World Championships and a silver medal at the 1998 Olympic Winter Games in Nagano, Japan. She's already been a part of PHL history, performing the ceremonial puck drop at the first ever PHL game at Lower Season Arena back on March the 16th, 2024. That, of course, was PHL Ottawa and PHL Boston. There's not much she has to say. I'm incredibly honoured and excited to join the PHL and help build something special in Detroit. Said William. This city has such a deep hockey tradition, and the passion for hockey here is truly special. The growth of women's hockey has been incredible to watch, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to help shape the future of the sport. Alongside the PHL, I can't wait to get started and build a team that Detroit fans will be proud of. Rayon will lead PHL Detroit into its inaugural 2026-27 season by assembling a hockey operations staff and with a roster building process hired by the 2026 PHL draft to be hosted at Detroit's Fox Theatre on June 17. All phases of the comprehensive roster building process will be finalised and announced by the league in the coming weeks. And as a reminder, PHL Detroit was formally introduced on May 6th at Lower Season Arena with additional PHL expansion to Las Vegas and Hamilton, Ontario announced on May 13th to bring the league's current total to 11 teams. The third PHL World Cup finals are currently underway between the Montreal Victoria and Ottawa Charge. I've already done an episode on what looks like to be the roster building process. It's quite clear how it's going to go down. When we get that confirmed, we will do an episode where I'll bring these two into the fold, and you two can give me your thoughts on it. And of course, any further news for PHL Detroit, so coaching and all that, we'll do over the summer. And of course, remember, there's still one more team to go. There's still one more team to be announced in this second round of expansion. So we don't know who it is yet. We've got an idea. We think we have an idea who it's going to be, but we're not saying anything yet. We will wait for confirmation, which we hope will come next week. Which is the final. Can you believe next week is the final week of the regular season? Like the final week of the PHL season as a whole. Don't get me started. No, not ready. No. Yeah, because it's most likely the World Cup final right now. It's going to be don't rest. So that means if we go to game 5, that'll be in Plasma probably next Friday. Oh my god. No, not ready. No, not ready to go. Right, so I need to come back to you two, because you two clearly going to know her well. Like how I was very familiar with Chris Sparr from the AHL days. You know how he worked with the Gulls, who of course are a big rival for my Barracuda. Right, so what was she like? Or do you have any idea what she was like? Well, she's clearly a trailblazer for the sport. So she clearly knows what she's doing. Which is really good. And the fact that she played a huge role in our business operation, we get the Kings, Yeah, we've been out of the first round pretty much every single year so far, going all the way back to 2016. In fact, did I ask you the other day, Lady, when the last time you two had got past the first one, you said it was the last time you won the cup? Yeah. Can you convert off the Pluto? Yeah. 2014. Yeesh. Oh, wow. Yeesh. Is that worse than a playoff drought? Yeah. Kind of, because getting supplies is great, but if you can't then win a round, what's the point of getting that? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. No, I mean, she knows what she's doing, and she also played a huge role in LA with us. So I think so. So can you two safely say to the Detroit fans watching that she is a good fit? Yeah, she's gonna do amazing work with this team, and it's very exciting to see what's gonna happen going forward. Okay. Well, yeah, really excited. Yeah, really excited to see what she's gonna do with the team. Yeah. For what I got from the impression I got from the article is this is clearly somebody who knows the women's game, knows what they're doing, and is so focused on growing the sport, developing the sport, and just mentoring that next generation. Which, as we're going to see this upcoming draft class, which I'm just so pleased with, by the way. Yeah, 235 have declared. 235 players. That's enough for a 16 team league. Never mind a 12 team one. Well, I'm sure we'll get to 16 before you know it. 2030, maybe? Well, they could be sneaking one more round before the CBA has to be negotiated all the way to Artemis. It's yeah. But what I got from the article there is this is someone who really knows what they're doing, and I think it's someone who you're going to trust. Because one of the key roles that Miles going to have to do is the draft. Yeah. When we get to G17, yeah. She's going to have to basically look at the draft class, work out. Now, of course, at the time, we still don't know where Detroit is going to draft yet. Yeah, we don't know that yet. But she's going to have to start looking at the draft class and think, right, who is most likely going to be available to me to draft on G17? Yeah. And how can I see them slotting into the organisation? How can they fit into, the Detroit organisation and build what could be a really good team? Yeah. And she's also got to try and find a head coach. Yeah, she's got to try and get a coach stuck in place. So there's a lot of things that she's going to need to do over the summer, which could help define this team. I mean, as we saw obviously this year with Seattle. Steve O'Rourke, not the guy. He had no experience coaching women's hockey beforehand, and I don't think he did as good of a job as Chris Sparr and Brian Adolski have. That's something I'm going to highlight when we get to report cards. Yep. And Seattle will be one of the early ones we do because we're going to go in goal plan and playoff standings order. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it this year. Yeah. So Seattle will be one of the first ones that we do. Along with Vancouver, and New York, So, but I think you can look. This is a candidate. You look at the thing. You've got absolute confidence. They know what they're doing. So you don't have to worry about them trying to find the right person to fill the coaching role because she knows the game. She knows the sport. She knows what she's doing. I'm very confident that she can find someone who has got not only got the experience in terms of coaching, but also in terms of coaching women's hockey. So we need to see that. Yeah, we need to see coaches who have got experience coaching the women's game. Because not everyone can do what Chris Sparr did. Yeah. Obviously, we're gonna start getting the award nominees next week. We've got the majority are going to be next. We've got 4 of them coming next week, then 2 will be coming the week after. So just before the expansion process begins. I'll be very shocked if Chris Sparr does not get nominated. I'll be very shocked if he doesn't get nominated, because what he managed to do with the Boston Fleet this year, despite never having been a head coach before, is really impressive. Yeah. So, but again, I do feel confident that man will be able to find the right person. I mean, ideally we would love another woman to come in. Oh yeah, just. At least one of these expansions has got to hire a woman. Come on. We need to get the bars back in our favour. Could you imagine if all 4 of them sign women? as head coaches. That would really take the scales back in our favour. Yeah. Tobias Bo Curry and Carla stay. Yeah, that would really tip it back in our favour. Probably would then be the majority. Because right now you got Seattle, Vancouver, and Boston, us, and New York. I think I might have missed one out there. T.O. Sorry, there you go. So you've only got 6 to 2. So that would be an even split. That would then take us back to what we had in season 1 and 2, which I wouldn't mind. Yeah, wouldn't mind. Yeah. But I think it's so exciting now. It just feels real now. We know expansion was coming for the entire season. Yeah, we spent the entire season wondering where expansion was going to come, and then throughout the World Cup playoffs, we've had these teams just be announced bit by bit. But it now feels real. Yeah, because now we're seeing positions being filled. So job vacancies being handed out, and it generally now does feel real. It now feels real that these positions, they're going to be sorted. Yeah. And before you know it, Hamilton will get, and Vegas will get their GMs. Yeah. I think the league's pretty confident they have got the GMs all sorted. It just needs to be, finalised or and announced. Yeah. But it does feel very real now. And it's crazy how we're about to get into a massive process for the rosters. Yep. Oh yeah. But can I say to you two, do you think she's got? Do you have confidence? Do you think she's going to be able to build a really good roster for Detroit, based on her resume and what she's done with you guys in LA? Oh yeah. And if I was Montreal, I would just now wave goodbye to Abby Rock. It's already started. It's already started. Wow. I think she's definitely gonna go back to Detroit. I can just see it. Oh, it's already started. The first shot has been fired. It's already started. But that's largely because, Montreal's first 3 are obvious. Yeah. We don't even need to bother on an army over who's going to be protected in Montreal for the first phase. Because we know it's going to be. We know. We can basically just roll out last year's list with Montreal. We may as well just do them. We may as well just do them first. Yeah, do them first and get it out of the way, because we know what's going to happen. You're picking the same as you did last year, and then pray to God a lot of your decent squad. A lot of your other big players will still be available. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. If they can hold on to her at the end of the process, I'll be so shocked. I'll be so shocked, because I just see her as being, easy to take from Detroit. I bet mine will pretty much do everything she could to get Abby Rock. Would she use the franchise offer on Rock to try and lock in a star player that is a hometown star player? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when the process begins in less than a fortnight. No, this is really exciting for Detroit, and really great to see a real trailblazer, a real pioneer of the women's game. You've got a really great pick there, Detroit, which is good, because obviously this will help, with my reservations about playing in Little Caesars Arena. So the fact that you've got a general manager who knows what she's doing, knows the game inside out very well. I'm really pleased with that. So I couldn't be more happy with the selection, and it literally only just dropped today. It literally only just dropped today. We're still a little bit worn out from last night's epic game 1 of the finals. Yeah. Got a long series? I do think it will be a long series. I definitely, even though at the time of recording this, Ottawa is down 1 of the series, I am fairly confident that at the very least it will go to game 4. So that would take us to next Wednesday. How that will happen, I don't know, but we'll see. Well, me and you will find out tomorrow, George. Yes. And because obviously tomorrow Lady and me are watching game 2 tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. in Labelle. Yep, and he will be up here with Therese Pluto, catching the final of Eurovision 2026. And if we hear if we hear loud screeching, should we just assume that means Finland's won? Yeah. So if we hear because chances are the game might finish when the voting starts, but we'll be having Jocks and Jills after that. So we could be in the middle of watching Jocks and Jills, and we can hear probably hear some loud screech come out of our bedroom and be like, does that mean Finland's won? I've had to put up with this all week. With Linda and Petter, he's basically the same as what George was last year with Kai. Super confident they're gonna win. I honestly don't know what happened last year with that. I really don't. I was so confident when Kai won Manifest Bond. I was so convinced that they were going to win. And that is not the sort of music I would normally listen to every day. Now, that's the only time you would get to catch me listening to me like that. Yeah. And yet, they didn't even get close to the crowd. They came fourth. Yeah, they did badly with both the jury and the public. But I've been so convinced that Linda and Petter are going to do it for Swami. So that's a bit bizarre that we're going to be a trio member down tomorrow. But well, you did say to me just stick to your plan. Yeah, because obviously we didn't know. Because obviously going to the start of the week, we still had Game 5 set of ours to do, and then we obviously got the schedule long after that on the Tuesday. Yeah. So I basically said to you on the Wednesday, I said just do what you're going to do with Cerise. It's fine. It's only game 2. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not like it's a championship game. Yeah. So me and Eddie will be watching game 2 tomorrow at the World Cup Files, and he will be involved with Eurovision Cerise. But we're going to inform you how the result went. So you'll be back with us for game 3 on Monday. Yeah. You're almost there, George. You're almost there. You've almost completed your first full boycott. You're almost there. The finish line is in sight, boys and girls. We're almost there. We've nearly done it. Yeah. So I think for Detroit, this is a really good pick. And small world. It's someone who's been involved with one of our teams and organisations. Small world. Yeah, it's the exact same we had when obviously we had to get on UGM announced before the start of our season. Yeah, and you recognise Melissa from the AHL. Yeah, small world. Small world. Yeah, small world. No, but I think Mara's going to do really well in Detroit. I've got absolute confidence that she's going to give that team a really good roster. But of course, it all depends on what happens. We get to the start of season 4 in November, and we see Detroit play the first few games. That's of course we'll get the measure of how they're going to do. But I think it's a really good fit. I'm going to let these two get the fireworks before we sign off. She'll be missed in LA, but she's on to brighter and better things. Yeah, I think Detroit, you got a really good candidate there for GM, and you're going to do really well with her. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining us. Until next time, take care, guys, and don't forget to feel the breeze.